Okay, hello, welcome back everyone. Today I'm Kevin from KevOKevMC, and today we have in front of me another Pentax, which is actually a Takumar and not a Pentax. Let me go push this thing away, which is the Legati essentially. Also have this keyboard. Let me go push it all away. So I do not bother myself in this repair. So first, this has an adapter on. Let me go take this thing off. Okay. Put this keyboard away. My PC has just been essentially revived. I'm gonna show you what I did next time in another video, but for now I'm gonna be talking about this, which is a Pentax Takumar 50mm f1.4. Let me go focus it. There you go. And there's some problems with this thing, which is like the usual, where you have fungi, and I have a huge scratch in the back. See, that scratch is essentially permanent, but the fungi will be cleanable, which is good. Fungi is like in the front bit right there, see? So let's go on. Also the back has some, what you call this? Some like let's see what you can call it, like dust, like huge piece of dust. So let me go put these things away. This is another cap, Put all these things away and let me go put this cap over here, Now let's go. So camera's a bit tilted too high up. Let's push it a bit down. There you go. Also today I have like these new screwdrivers, which are actually quite like a vintage set essentially, because these are not really made anymore. These are what I used to have. These are what I used to have, but this is like the exact same make and model. Just this thing has the Philips ones, and this thing is like the whole slotted ones. Now this thing I could not find at all, so I bought this set. Hopefully this is essentially the same set as this, because this thing has no like branding. The branding is gone. I got it this way from my dad, so how would I know? And I also have one of these sets which are from where the fuck, Vessel, which also has one of these small screwdrivers in the 0.9 bit, because of the fact that mine broke. So there you go. Also put some like clear tubing on these things, but shim made of like white tape for the small ones, and the big ones just put some heat and just like push the tube onto it, So there you go. Hopefully this thing will last, not like the Vessel set, So let me go put these things away. For now, let us see what I need. We need to open this Takumar up, which means that I'm gonna have to be... What the fuck is this, man? It's like a dead mosquito. Straight away on the floor. I'm gonna go sweep that thing later, For now, let's take a piece of rubber. This is pretty much a correct size. What the hell is this, man? Okay. Then also need a piece of like this 3D printed sock. This thing is like the back piece of like a Contax RF cap, essentially, that I cut in half. So let's put this thing over here. And twist. Go. Why is this thing sticking, man? The hell? Let's see. It's not supposed to stick, so I think there's some dust on the threads, My nails are getting bashed again inside. Let's do this again. And just use the... See, it always gets stuck at like some positions, But it's not bent the ring, which means that there's some dust. I'm gonna have to clean that thing up, before I actually close the lens up later. So let us continue. And here you have your first ring out. Nice. Okay. Next you have this, which is the Philips, JS thingies to take the front ring out. Let me go put this thing back over here. Now let us take this set and see how good it works. I think it's a bit too big, this thing though. That's a bit too big. Also, it's Philips, I think, not JS. Let's just use this DJI Mavic Mini 1. And also gotta go turn off the fan, yeah, so let me go. For one. Okay. Less humming in the background. Okay, this thing's out. Now this thing is out. And let me go mark the top one, I think that. Yeah, let's go mark top one. So the top one, I'm gonna mark with an X. Not really an X, yeah, it's like scratches essentially. Because my screwdriver is a bit too fat to fit in there, yeah? So the last screw. There you go. Now this thing should fall out. There you go, that's my scratch. It's often an X shape, but not very an X. It's like some half etched X. Let me go etch this thing a bit more to give an easily seen X. That's the top one. Next, we shall see this. This thing, it focuses quite lightly, yeah, which is gonna say that this thing has non-original grease, which I think is true, yeah. Then you have some oil in the front, which is, I think, indicative of somebody trying to make this thing lighter and in the end just pouring oil in it. Which means that the old grease was once changed, then, cause bad nice grease is better than original, I mean better than this grease. This new grease is like hardened, then after you have the grease hardened, you put some oil in it and it works like super light, like this, yeah. Okay, nice. Spins out. So I've opened one SMC Takumar, yeah, but not a one of these Takumars, not the super, I think super, yeah, super multi-coated ones. I've only opened the newer SMC one. Then this is the front optical block, which has some fungi. Then the aperture blades are quite clean, as you shall see. Let me go show you, yeah. Oh, it's in auto, I think. 16 manual, see. Aperture blades are pretty much clean. Nothing to worry there. So next, what I wanna do is what do I wanna do? Open the back or open? Let's try opening the rear block from here and see what will happen. I think not the whole block will follow, but let's see. Yeah, it's not the whole optic. So I'm gonna have to open the front essentially, yeah. For some reason this thing's not gripping on, which is quite odd. Let me go. Okay. It's not screwing down, okay. Let me go. There you go. Okay, nice. Then next you wanna mark the shit, man, this focusing ring is disgusting. Yeah, I'm so gonna open this thing. Let me go mark this thing first. at infinity, yeah? Where's the middle? Middle's over here. Let me go mark beside the middle. That should be a clear enough mark. And yeah, good enough. So now let's try and etch this thing. Okay, so I got etching on this thing, on the brass and on the outer ring. Let's focus this guy in, and then let us push this thing to auto, f1.4, more like manual, yeah. Then now let's find a way to like take these screws out. What the dirt, man, that's disgusting as hell. Okay. Now you can take this focusing out. I'm gonna go clean this thing up later because it's disgusting as hell. This you don't want to touch too much because I don't want to refocus this thing. Yeah, look, you can see the dust in there. It's disgusting as hell. Now you should be able to like pull this thing straight out. No? But why? Why? No, I mean like, wait. Yeah, I should be able to just like push this thing straight out. Oh, this thing's on a helicoid. Oh, there's like this. Oh no, okay, wait. Let's see. This has a notch. There are some small grub screws on the side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go and pull this thing up. I'm gonna go wipe this down first before I actually do anything with the aperture unit itself. Let me go find some lighter fluid first and then come back. I have some lighter fluid and some half clean Q-tips, which means that I can like essentially wipe this bit with some Q-tips and then start opening the lens itself to access the back bit. So first let's use some tissue, I think, or some, what should I use? Yeah, let's use tissue. Yeah. So tissue, I'm gonna go cut some of it. Yeah, got some scissors there. Scissors, okay. Now let's there you go, yeah. Now you want to get some lighter fluid. Put it on. No, it's not gonna work. Let me just wipe this outside bit first. Okay, seems clean enough, yeah? Let's make sure this thing goes up here. Then let's use half of this. Like this. Fold it over. And use the inside to wipe the inside of that ring. Okay, nice. Then now let's throw this away. It's pretty much okay. Some dirt, but not a ton of dirt, which is acceptable. Then now let us clean this thing, I'd say. Yeah, using this. Looks good enough, I'd say. You can actually macro mod the Takumar, yeah, by like cutting this ring a bit more here, and then you can get like a more macro lens. But I won't be doing that. I was like, why? This thing's like perfect, and you'll get more wobble and more wear in the helicoids. So then you got this. Yeah, got this. Yeah, go push this over here. Okay, 3 screws with washers. Now let's push these things up here. Still a ton of dirt over here, man. I'm not doing this off cam because I don't want my table to get dirty, and only want my floor to get dirty because I can sweep that. Yeah. I'm gonna go drink for a while. Yeah. Okay. Next, you wanna push this thing over here. Then you wanna open this thing up, yeah. Before you open this thing up, you wanna make sure you actually remember the position. So this small notch goes with the hole in the side. Okay, that's remembered. And now let us try and open this thing. So let's see what you should use. One of these 1 mil, I think, or 0.9 mils. Let's see. 1 mil should work fine. But I somehow can't find the groove. Let's try my older one, yeah. Because this old one actually worked with the other Takumar, yeah? So I'm gonna assume that this thing should work with this other Takumar. Okay, it does work. And that thing is now almost free. Let's unscrew it a little bit more. Now it's free. Now let's move over this one. I'm not gonna believe that this thing won't work, man. I think that thing's a bit more worn out, so the sides are more rounded, and the end can go into the lens, while this thing sort of like gets stuck on the opening. But yeah, this thing's a bit too thick, so I really cannot use this one unless I like grind it down, which I'm gonna do tomorrow, yeah, because I'm not gonna skip tools which I can't use. And this. Now the aperture unit should just fall out. Fuck off, man. What the hell? Maybe you need to like come up a bit more. Let's see. I'm pulling it quite far away, so the grub screws do have some possibility of falling out at this point, yeah. Okay, and this guy. What the hell? Something's holding this thing in. I'm not sure what. This is like the aperture calibration thingy. Okay. And so, what the hell? I think what this means is that you have to like essentially open the whole thing up to like access the, what you call this? I mean, open the helicoid up to access the thing, the rear optic. Okay. See this here, so you have one turn. And I hit at the end, which means that you cannot do this. What the hell? So how am I gonna open the optic up, man? This thing has its own stopper. And this is one piece with the helicoid. So to open the helicoid up, you have to remove a stopper, which is not visible. Absolute heck, man. Let's see where all the dust is. This, you can see dust is... Let's try and open the thing from the back, yeah. So let's go and wipe my hands. Now let's wipe the optic. My torch, man. Let me go take my torch. Okay, my torch. Now let's see what is wrong with this thing. So I assume that this thing is pretty much clean after I wiped that thing once. And so we can try and open the back up, yeah. And let me go wash my hand first, I think, because my hands are quite dirty, so I mean greasy, yeah. So let me go pull this guy out. Then pull this guy out, then I'm gonna wash my hands. Push this thing away. And then this is okay. This. No, this. Nice. And twist. Okay, now let's do it by hand so I don't jump. Let's take another piece of tissue. Oh shit, the tissue fell on me. Oh, it didn't fall, but it nearly fell. Let me go push this over here. This optic goes here. Then you have this ring. Then you have this optic, which is quite yellowed, and you have this last optic, which should stay in here, I think. Yeah, it's gonna stay. Okay. So I'm gonna go wash my hands and come back here after this, yeah? Okay, I'm back. So let me go wipe these things, yeah, essentially. First wipe the front. Let's throw this thing away. Let's wipe the front first. My hands are also quite wet, yeah, so I think I should like blow my hands first or something like that. Oh shit, man. So my nails don't enable my fingers to go in. What the heck? Let me go cut my nail. Like my middle fingernail, I'm gonna cut first in video, because I mean I'm not gonna show you my nail, yeah, because why the fuck, but this is how it looks right now. If you wanna see, yeah, because if you have long nails, it's not gonna work with the Takumar. Let me go cut this nail quickly. Here's my nail, and here's my middle finger, which is a bit more normal person, like not like these long nails. Let me go use my middle finger to like wipe the inside of my Takumar. There you go. Now this works. Then let's see with this torch how it's going. So it's going quite well. Then for the rear element, this thing somebody actually wiped, yeah. You can see that it's like not very clean. So this thing has been CLA before. Let me try doing this. Then using this like pointy bit for the sides. Nails are usually beneficial when you're servicing your Shikas, because your Shikas like hate to come apart, but for Takumars, they like people with tidy nails. Because you gotta go into like these tight spaces. There you go. And the last wipe for the front. And now let me try blow this thing off here. Quite a lot of dust. Pretty much pristine, yeah. Okay, so next let's continue with the other optics. Let me go close the aperture up. There you go. Now let us move over to the optic before the optic that came out, yeah. Here you go. When servicing easy lenses like these, I usually like to play music, yeah, so you might as well. But when I'm doing these YouTube videos, sometimes they actually get banned in a few countries for some reason, yeah. When I put put songs on. Like, I'm not trying to monetize a channel or something like that, but yeah, YouTube sometimes bans my videos from some countries when I use some types of music, yeah, which is unacceptable because I use autoplay when I play my music. Like I'm not gonna be able to like select one by one what music I wanna play when I'm trying to service the lens. So yeah, that's why. Now let me go below this optic. Pretty clean. Let's chop this guy in. This always happens, man. What the fuck? Fucking hell. There you go, nice. Cover this for a while I wipe this rearmost optic. Okay, let's do this and let's blow this thing first, yeah. Yeah, there's some etching on this one. So as you can see, this like huge scar on the optic is not gone. Nice. So I'm not gonna talk that much when I'm like screwing stuff and like exposing internal parts, because that's not what you wanna do, you know. You wanna keep your internal parts as clean as possible, and that's how you get a lens as clean as possible. Still doesn't want to go in there. Just now also had this problem with the rear optic, so I'm gonna have to persuade it somehow to come into its groove. Okay. How the fuck do you want to be put in? Fuck this lens. What the hell, man? Come on, Takumar. This bit's a bit oval, and that's like a big fucking part of the problem, man. Let's try to press this thing in. There you go. Fits in this way, yeah? So let's open this thing up slightly. Go. Now I know where it goes in, so I'm gonna try pushing this in like over here. No? Fucking hell, man. Yes. Okay, nice. Now let's push. What else? Let's open the front up now, yeah? Cover this. Then clean this already, yeah? Okay, nice. Now let's try and clean the optic itself, the front, yeah, which has fungi, quite a lot actually, yeah, as you can probably see. Let me go focus back on the table. Nice. So now let's try wiping the outside. And it's like 100% better, yeah. So let's continue with doing that. Just this time, let's use some lighter fluid. Just a little bit on this tissue. Clean the fungi out. Once you've done that, go wipe it with a normal bit. Now you have some oil on it, yeah? So you want to clean this bit with clean tissue and some This is not lens fluid, it's like car body fluid, but it's pretty much the same thing. So I'm just gonna use it. Nice. Let's do the front also while I still have this thing wet. There we go. Now take another tissue to wipe the back out. Okay, yeah. So this seems like somebody actually tried to re-blacken the optic, which ended up with some paint on the optic itself. Like you can see this here. Fucking hell. So let's see if this thing is clean. The inside is quite disgusting, so let's try and open this thing up. Shall bring the back first. There we go. Fuck off, man. Come on, let's go. Shit. You. This thing reminds me of the Nikon PC A5mm f2.0. Below this thing. Now let's wipe this guy. Yeah, this thing sure has been re-blackened at some point. Chop you in. Okay. Fuck. Okay, next you want to open the inside ring, which is got some glue over there, I think. Yeah. Let me go with my screwdriver so I can actually use this space. Okay, and then let us open this lens up. Fucking hell. Okay, there you go, it's out. The rear optic is stuck on the floor, so I'm gonna have to use something to protect it from the floor, which is not gonna be rubber, because rubber pulls on the optic and essentially breaks down the blackening, which means that I'm gonna be using something like this. It doesn't really fit, but let's see. What can I use? Tissue. Yeah, tissue. Okay. There you go. Let me go check first, yeah? It's been how many minutes? Like, 21 minutes, okay. Stick on a tissue. This thing has a lock ring, which is good. Okay, and I can now see the optic, the like huge pieces of troublesome dirt, yeah? Like this guy over here. Seems like a doublet for some reason. But it's not. I'm sure that's like blackening paint. Let me go. Use this tissue. Let's fold it over, yeah? Let's take Q-tip and like clean off the blackening stuff, cause like why the heck, man? That guy just like made my CLA a bit longer. Okay. Like if you put blackening on optics, you can do it like have some, but just don't splash your paint on the optic, man. Like why? It's not going away with lighter fluid. Come on, man. This might not cut it, yeah? So let me go try use some gasoline. Or acetone, let's try acetone. acetone will dissolve my Q-tip quite quickly, so I'm gonna mix the Q-tip, which has what you call this, lighter fluid, with acetone. I have near zero acetone left, so let's hope this actually works. I don't think that's enough. Should I open this bottle up, yeah? Fuck. It's not gonna work. Fuck this paint, man. And fuck the guy that put this paint here. Fuck off with this car. Yeah, that's gasoline type. Here you have some gasoline, which I shall try to put onto this Q-tip because I do not want the other side of that Q-tip to be contaminated while I'm trying something like this. So put this thing in there, yeah? Not soaking wet with gasoline. Put the gasoline away, do not drop it. Gasoline should dissolve this blackening substance. It's sort of getting black yet, but I'm not sure how fast it will dissolve. Let's leave the gasoline here to like wait for the thing to essentially work, yeah. While I check out this bit also. Sorry that you can't see me because I'm doing this stuff over here essentially, and I need the light, so I'm not gonna be on the table essentially, yeah, while doing this. So cool. Should clean up after I like wipe this thing down, yeah. Okay. Now let us wipe. Okay. First wipe is gonna leave some oil. Next, let's pull this bit off, and then let's do another dry wipe. Clean it from oils and leave nothing behind. Clean. See. Okay, pretty clean. Let's plug this off and use this last bit for the sides. see how clean this thing is, and it is quite clean. There's some oil still remaining, so I'm gonna have to use another tissue and clean this thing up. Or just use this thing. Use my middle finger as no nail, yeah? That's what you want to use to work on a Takumar, no nails. Okay, now let's wipe. Okay. Nice. It's now pretty much clean, see? Nothing disgusting in there. And now let us clean this last bit, the front optic. Oh, this has like a ton of this black shit. Fuck. Okay. Let's screw this guy down. Okay, tighten this thing down by a bit. Then last, you wanna like wipe the front down. Cause I obviously like pushed that thing with my finger and touched it, which made the thing oily. Go, nice. There's some etching on the optics, but I think that should be okay. Wait, let's see. Sure does have some etching, yeah, but should be okay though. Let's focus down. See? That's not oil, but that's like etching, I'd say. Because you can see like the fungi shapes and stuff like that, that's etching. So let me focus back down the table. There we go, yeah? Okay. Now let us put this thing here. And I wanna put this thing back together, yeah? So first you wanna, this thing's pretty much clean, yeah? You wanna first push this thing into here and align the scratch which I made over here, yeah, with this guy right here. Okay, and then you wanna align this guy with the scratch I made on this guy, which is fucking hard to see, man. Should be this one, yeah. Wow. Can't see it in like that corner, man. Okay. Screwing it in. Somehow this helicoid sounds scratchy, you know. Fuck. grease is quite shitty, man, I think. This is not Pentax grease, which is probably why it's shitty. So let's try cleaning the helicoid of grease with some wire fluid and then replacing it with my own grease. Okay. Okay, yeah. Let's put some. Let's now test the sound first, yeah. Nothing noisy, okay, which is good. Let's now add some grease. Just a tiny bit will be enough, as long as you put it like everywhere essentially, not only on one spot. Yeah. There you go. Then it should essentially flow on its own. Then use one of these old Q-tips. Okay, and let's push this thing back in. Nothing sounds scratchy. Good. Now let's put this scratch bit over here. Let's find the scratch. Push this thing on here and screw it back together again. Okay. Okay, now I think let's try the focus. it's very light. Not noisy. And perfect, yeah. Okay. So now let's screw the optic back in. Okay, looks good enough. Now let's go put the front ring on. X marks the top. Let's first wipe this thing down, yeah. Put the crease away. Okay. That's quite clean. Now I'm ready to like push this X onto here. And this should be the end of the CLA. After I screw everything back in. Where the hell's the hole, man? Last screw. Okay. And then the last bit, which is this rubber thingy and this guy, and hop. So now you have what is a pretty much pristine aside from a few pieces of dirt. Let me go wipe this thing first, yeah. A pristine Takumar 50mm f1.4 with some etching inside. Not the best Takumar ever, yeah, but not bad, see, for what I paid for it, which is honestly quite a lot, yeah, but Not bad, not bad. Thank you for watching this CLA video. Hopefully you like it, and hopefully you can actually CLA your own lens. Thank you, and goodbye. Now I can actually mount this thing on my Leica T, because it's clean. And I don't want my Leica T to have fungi, so yeah. Now the mount's disgusting, what the hell. Lamp's back on. Shit. The mount is like this sticky like goo, which is quite odd. You don't normally see that in lenses, yeah, so let's just push some of this lighter fluid over here. And then let's wipe this. Yeah, it's sort of blackish, which is usually gonna mean that's disgusting. Yeah, there's some shit in there, man. It's like glue residue. There's like some glue on this thing, which is disgusting as hell. Like, why the fuck would glue on a lens mount? What the heck is going through this guy's mind, man? He put blackening on the optic itself, like on the lens bit, and then now he put some glue on this thing. What the fuck? I would not want to sell something, I mean sell service, yeah, because this guy's selling was essentially a service of like cleaning a lens. I'm not gonna sell anything like this, man. Like, what the fuck? I'd be ashamed to do something like this. Like, look at this, man, it's like white glue. Disgusting. So I think I'll go clean this thing up first, and yeah, you can go watch something else. Thank you and goodbye.